Good morning. Good morning, Wahey crew. How you do? Welcome to practice. Let me see if I can put a little bit more light. I'm not sure if that works or is good. We'll do this. All right, welcome to class. Hopefully you're feeling well this Friday morning. I'm in TRC and I've been soaking every day. It's so nice to have the sacred waters. Just writing and reflecting and dropping into this season of yin time and relaxation and getting more quiet and focused. I've been kind of asking myself, how can winter support me in my body, and how can I support my body during winter? So definitely finding your techniques that help you ground and the things that help you center and your practices, even if it's just a couple minutes a day, or if you can take extra time to not jump out of bed in the morning, but take that sacred time, even if you have to get up and use the bathroom and then come back and pray and manifest and give gratitude in those wee hours of the morning before you get up and are, overstimulated with messages and appointments and responsibilities. So, taking the time to reflect. That's it. Body stuff's definitely showing up for a lot of people. Shoulders, neck. For me, I hurt my back a little bit last Friday, so a week ago. It's really interesting when you have an injury or something that shows up that you have to tend to. So, let's tend to our bodies right here, right now. Come to a seated position. If you can sit cross-legged, or if you can do half lotus or lotus pose, beautiful. Feel your spine tall. And then soften the shoulders and allow the head to find neutral. Hands can rest however is comfortable. Let the focus start to come to the breath. And let the breath almost be like a serpentine movement. As you breathe in, the breath goes all the way down into the abdomen, the pelvis, and we fill. And then when you exhale, try to squeeze the breath out, feeling that serpent rise back up. So continue with your breathing. And actually, as you breathe in, feel that serpent rising. So we breathe in, we fill the belly, and then the breath stacks in the body till we get full to capacity, to our brain, to our skull. And then when we exhale, the breath, the serpent, goes down and recoils back to the base of the spine. So if this visualization works for you, feel free. If that feels a little weird, you can just think of 3-part breathing, filling the belly, thoracic, upper lobes. And we'll do a couple more rounds, just really breathing to capacity. Breathing deep, breathing full. And let this breath be intentional and delicious and important, like the most important thing you can do right now for yourself. And you don't have to sit completely straight like a soldier. There could be little undulations, like that serpent energy, almost moving your body. And then little movements. It doesn't have to be big. If you feel it and it feels organic, allow that. Call in that deep reflection of our internal landscape of how we can support ourselves during winter, how we can support winter as it arrives in a couple weeks. Beautiful. Inhale, arms sweep out and up, reach high. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, get extra long. Squeeze those biceps towards the skull. And then just turn the navel to point towards the right knee. Bring a little bit of cat into your spine so your gaze comes to your right knee. Good. Straighten up the spine. Turn. Navel points towards the left knee. Get really tall. Use those internal obliques. And then round your spine, looking down at that left knee. Open the back. Straighten up the spine. Come back to center. Sweep the hands all the way down behind you. Press the palms into the ground. Lean back. Let the head fall back. Squeeze the scapulas on the back body and open through the chest. Breath channels into the front body, expanding the heart. Bring it back to seated, arms sweep forward, palms up. Lean back enough that with those crossed legs, you can pop your feet up, keeping a cross at the ankle. Little pulses to the legs. Think of moving from the pelvis, the inguinal region. We lift and lower, and we breathe for 5. Feel a little heat. 3 and 1. Extend the legs wide. Hands slide to the feet. Bow forward. Big deep breaths. If you need to rise up a little bit, and then as you exhale, you can fold the chest, the heart, and the head down. Stretch those inner meridians of the legs. Toes point to the sky. A couple more breaths. Really feel that folding. Feel the opening of the inner legs, the adductors. Inhale, come up. Arms rise to the sky. We get tall and long through the pelvis. Root through your tail. Come completely grounded. Twist to the right. Right hand behind you. Left hand hooks into that outer right leg as we wring out the body. 2 breaths. Lift sternum. Lift heart. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, back to center. Arms rise. Twist to the left. Right hand hooks that outer left leg. Left hand is behind you for the spiral. Lift the sternum and the gaze. Think a little bit more about cow pose where you expand the front body, then twist. Ooh, feels so good. Inhale, back to center. Arms wide this time. Palms up. Start to lean forward until you feel that stretch. Gather energy through your hands and pull it into the heart. So we're just going to circulate that energy, that Toronic field, which is the field of our hearts. It surrounds us in a figure 8. So we're scooping it wide and pulling it in for 2 more rounds, magnetizing what we call in magnetizing our love. Good. Hands back to the feet, fold wide. Inhale, coming back up. Cross those legs. Give a little rock and roll along your spine. If that's not comfortable for you, we're going to meet in tabletop, so you can just go there. Or you can bring in a couple rocks. This really opens up the nerves along the spine. Nice. Bring it all the way up, tabletop. And if you have sore knees or sensitive knees, bring your knees onto a blanket. Or maybe you can toughen up your knees by not bringing them to a blanket. Spread your fingers. Look at your hands, middle fingers parallel. And then just shift the tail back and forward, starting to warm the wrists. Woo! Feel those wrists. Go gentle. Take the wrists wide. Fingers point to the long edge of the mat, and we rock left to right. Left to right. If you use your hands a lot, typing, massaging, if you're a builder, most people use their hands a lot. Fingers towards your knees, palms still on the mat. We rock forward and back. Opening up the carpals, metacarpals. Oh, so good. Letting energy flow. Opening the lines from the fingers to the heart. So whatever we create and whatever we touch is endowed with love. The energy from the heart goes through the fingertips. Beautiful. Press back to seated on your heels. Lift the shoulders and roll them back. Inhale, exhale, big circles. Picking up the pace a little. Last two. Feel the hydration of the joints. Good. Come down, forearms rooted. Tuck the toes, lift the tail. Dolphin pose, walk your toes and heels out. So bring in some movement to the feet. You can do one at a time. You can do both feet, but just feel the movement. How does this feel? Exploration, internal reflection. Bring that left heel as low to the ground as you can. Right leg up to the sky. Give it tiny pulses. So we're moving from that right glute, just lifting higher. And bring it down. Left leg high, tiny pulses. So we stay strong in the shoulders. Breathe. Nice. Left foot down. Walk it all the way back to forearm plank. Try to pause and get linear. So your butt's not lifting like down dog. It's in line. Belly down. Hands under shoulders. Press up for a little cobra. Lift the chest. Squeeze elbows into ribs. Breathe into that belly. Gaze left. Free the neck. Gaze right. Inhale back to center. See if you can press up for seal. Gaze left. Gaze right. Gaze to center. Look up. Expand the chest. Lower the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Press back. Downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. Check in and take some breaths. Exploring. So if at first your down dog doesn't feel good, maybe really assess from the foundation, the feet and the hands, to the knees and the elbows, to the shoulders and the hips, to the core, to the head, to the breath. Follow your breath. Lift the heels, lift the hips, and from that hip crest, try to lift the right foot, bring it forward, left foot forward. So we're walking forward to the top of the mat from that hip crest. Then we fold. Slight bend to the knees first round. Helps us to get a little softer in that lumbar spine. So fold it out. Big exhales to clear. We let the head release. We let gravity take the face. And then hands are supporting you on the ground. Rock to the toes and the heels. So when you come to the toes, see if you can lift your heels. When you come to the heels, lift your toes. It might be very simple. It might be a challenge. Take a couple more. Just shift the weight forward and back. Forward and back. Feet connect. We roll up slow. Inhale to rise. Heart, head, chest, everything comes up. Arms come up. Reach up. Take your hands all the way to your heart center. Inhale together. Exhale, press hands down. Release the breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Fingers to the shins. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Left foot back, ground it the full foot. Come up, warrior one. Hips, heart, body, forward. Breathe. Left hand circles back to that left leg, back leg. And we open a little further into that back bend. Bend your right knee more. Good. Circle left arm forward to bring it up. Exhale down. Step all the way to down dog. 5 breaths. Let the breath be audible. Creating ujjayi, that victorious breath in the back of the throat. Inhale slowly to come to plank. Let the back round into cat as you come forward. Pause. Get strong and long through the neck. Press the heels back. Lift the kneecaps and the quads. Exhale super slow to lower. Scoop it into a floating cobra. Lift the hands, the feet, and the chest. And reach through your arms so we get long into locust. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, sweep the hands all the way back. See if you can interlace and lift higher, and then lift those thumbs off the back. Breathe. Super slow, lower down, release. Hands slide back under the shoulders. Toes tuck. The goal is to press to plank. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Long, deep breathing. When you exhale, you squeeze the navel to the spine, bringing out that low body, that low belly. Squeezing and resetting our dantian. Bend the knees, slow to step left foot forward. Back foot, right foot pivots down so we can come up Vira 1. And this, you don't have to square super hardcore, but think about the shoulders and the hips coming forward. Back foot is really rooted, especially that lateral edge. Sink into the left knee. So you get low. Fire up all the quadriceps. Reach high. Good. Feel that victory. We are the warrior. Right hand circles back to the back leg so we can open a little deeper in the front. Sink into left knee. Breathe. Inhale, right arm circles forward and up. Hands come to the mat. Back heel lifts so we can step forward. Uttanasana. Grab your legs and fold. Inhale, one full swoop to rise up. Hands reach up. Little back bend. Hands to the heart. Stand in Tadasana. 3 breaths. Breathing into the toes and the nose and the eyes. Last breath here, standing in mountain pose. One yoga asana we can do anywhere we go. Inhale together. Exhale, release the hands down. Breath goes out. Inhale, rise that breath like a serpent to the sun. Back bend to open the chest. Exhale, we swan dive, lead from the center of the heart to fold. Rise on an inhale, flat back, get high, fold. Bend knees, step right foot back, full foot grounds. This time we come up warrior two, opening heart, hips and body to the right. Again, sink low, roll that knee open. Take hands behind you to interlace. Lift the chest and the gaze to the sky. And as you go slow, but fold towards the right side of your mat. You might not get super forward. You might get all the way down. Try to lift your arms off your back. Back leg stays straight. Right knee is bent. 2 more breaths. Release the hands. Press them into the ground. Turn all 10 toes to the right side of the mat and fold. Inhale, press towards table with wide legs. Shift the weight forward and back till you find that neutral place. So once you find neutral, there feels even weight between the feet and the hands. Bring your spine high into a cat pose. Look at your navel. Exhale, lower the belly. Cow, look up. Do a couple more. Just feel that extension and contraction. One more. Really lift, tucking chin, pressing throat, thyroid, and lower. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back into plank. Pause here. Heels roll to the left. Right arm comes to the sky. So the right foot can stay in front of the left, or you can stack the legs for the balance challenge. Press your right hip high. Good. Bring it back. Full plank. Go to the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale for whatever back bend you choose. Cobra, up dog, seal. Just check the shoulders if they're super squeezy. Release them and open the chest. Big inhale to prepare to move. Use the exhale. Down dog. Exhale to create a vacuum in the abdomen by squeezing the muscles. Hold the breath out when the body is empty and the navel is pulled to the spine. Keep the breath out for a moment. Inhale when you need. 2 more deep breaths. Press through all the fingertips. Release your head. Bend the knees, right foot steps between the hands. Back heel pivots down. We now rise up for warrior two. Left hand, left side. Sink into the right knee, tuck the pelvis, get low. So really feel the legs first, then the hands can come behind you for interlacing. And we keep the body pointing to the left side for the warrior two opening of the pelvis. Then we start to bow, leading from the heart and the chest. Once you get deep as you want to go, you can lift your arms off your back, getting that deep shoulder stretch. Big breaths. Breathing like you mean it. Release the hands down. Turn all 10 toes to the left side of the mat and fold. So as you fold here, maybe walk your feet wider so you can start to feel the crown of your head on the ground. And if the crown of your head touches the ground, you can, if you have headstand in your practice, you can start to lift the legs, keeping weight in the hands and being able to regulate the amount of weight that goes into your head so that we do not compress the cervical vertebra. Breathe. If headstand is not in your practice, think of just getting the top of your head to touch the ground. If you're upside down, come back into the wide leg stance. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Step it back for plank. Good. Feel strong in your plank. Right hand stays rooted and we roll so the left arm can come high. Side plank. Elongate through the neck. Elongate through that left side body. Super slow, back to plank, lower down. Inhale, float your cobra. Lift your chest, your chin, your hands, and your feet. Breathe a lot. Tap into heartbeat down in the abdomen. Super slow release. Press back for child's pose. Knees wide or close together. Make sure the forehead can touch the ground. Follow your breath. Start to revisit reflection of what's happening in your mind and your body. Relax your jaw and your throat. We'll be here a couple more breaths, just tuning in to how we feel. Reach the arms long if they're not already. Press into the hands so you can rise up halfway to table. Tuck the pelvis a lot. Expand through the bottom ribs. Tuck the chin. So we're coming into cat pose, but we're still not all the way to tabletop. We're only halfway there. Keep the tuck of the pelvis. Walk your hands over to the right. Keep tucking the pelvis. So you're pressing your spine towards the sky. Walk the hands back through center. Keep that cat spine. Head to the left. And really tuck the pelvis so we're expanding the back body. We're expanding the right side. 2 more breaths. Bring the front body close together. Beautiful. Take it back to center. We roll up now to seated on our heels. And if the knees are wide, bring them in. So we're seated in Virasana, hero's pose. Roll the shoulders back. And then rise up a tiny bit. Tuck the tail. Engage Mulabandha, that root lock, perineum. Pulling in and up. Inhale, arms to the sky. We interlace the fingers except for thumb and pointer finger and become like an arrow of intention and focus. Take a full deep breath and then invite Kapalabhati, breath of fire. So the breath is in and out through the nose, pumping of the abdomen. And you're really working on breathing in and out, not just one-sided. You should be able to hear your breath like the billows of a fire. You should be able to feel the navel slapping back towards the spine as you exhale. So you get into a rhythm. Find your rhythm. I'm going to do it with you. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Engage Mula Bandha. Squeeze everything to midline. When you're ready, exhale the breath. Keep the position. Inhale one more time. Fresh breath. Full up. Maybe sip in a little extra. Top off your tank and squeeze Mula Bandha. Squeeze the spinal muscles. When you're ready, exhale through the mouth and release the hands. Palms come to the knees. Rest. Observe. Reflect. Hands to the mat slowly. Step back towards a plank pose to find the width for your down dog. Ground the feet. Breathe slowly, contently, inviting santosha, feeling the lines from the fingers to the heart, from the heart to the navel, from the navel to the sex organs, from the sex organs to the heels. Let the hands be supported and rooted. Let the weight of the left foot ground so you can lift the right leg high. Bend that right knee open. Stack the hips, right foot flexes. Bring it back to square. Right leg straightens out to the side. And then circle it forward, keeping it straight. Huge rotations. 2 more rounds. Big as you can. Good. Reach it up. Step the right foot between the hands. Hands stay on the ground. Left foot hops to the sky. Bow towards the standing leg. Maybe even grab it with right hand and look past your right knee. Beautiful. Hands release. Bend your front knee. Step your left foot back. Keep the heel up so you can rise for a crescent lunge. Bend the back knee slightly. Bend the front knee. And get really tall and neutral in your body. So I can really tend to hyperextend the front of my body. I'm working on pulling it back into a neutral place to invite more strength. Good. One more breath. Reach high. Hands to the mat. Step all the way back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale for your back bend of choice. Wherever you would like to go. Look right. Look left. Look up through center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Down dog. Find stability in the palms, base of the thumb, all 10 fingers. Right foot roots, left leg high. Bring a deep bend into that left leg. And as we stack and open the hip, try to keep the heart pointing towards the ground. See if that does anything different. Really open to that left psoas, stack. Take the hips back to center, left leg straightens out to the side to get into those full circles. So you're using your big toe of the left foot like a paintbrush to paint these giant moons. Lunar energy. One more. Reach that leg up, step it between the hands for crescent lunge. The back heel stays lifted. We come up, it's almost a balance. So when we sink down, arms rise. Bend through the back knee and pull the front body in. So I tend to be open, accepting to the future, right? But it's nice to pull in, get a little bit more into this present moment and sink down. Breathe a lot. Feel stable. If you get a little shaky, that means you're fully engaged. Hands come to the mat. Right foot hops to the sky. We lift it up and we fold our gaze, our torso to the left leg. Left hand can even come to the left leg and invite you closer. Release hands to the mat. Right foot comes down next to left and we let it all go. Inhale to rise. One swoop of inhale. Back bend to open. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause, observe. Shift the weight onto the right foot. Take the right arm out to the side. I like palm up. That feels stable for me, but if you prefer, palm down. And then bring the left knee in. See if you can grab hold of that left big toe. So we're going to stop there. If you're wobbling, stay. Something about balance I learned from a recent chiropractor visit was that if your brain stem becomes compressed, say your upper vertebra are out of place, any of your cervical vertebra, your atlas, any of those like movement vertebra, you can get your balance so off that the brainstem can't even function. So if your balance is always off, maybe check about getting an adjustment. If you want to extend that left leg, do find your balance for 2 more breaths. Don't look around, you'll fall. When you're done, come down, come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Shift the weight to the left foot, left arm goes out. Right knee comes up and in. See if you can go for that right big toe and stop here. So find your balance. If you feel wobbly, bend your standing leg so that you can actually root down. If you feel sturdy, find a drishti, a little focal point that's not moving. Don't look at anyone else or even the screen, and then you can extend that leg out to the side. Breathe. Nice. Come out slowly. Unless you fell, that's quite all right. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Arms forward, palms down, and we're going to slowly lower into a squat. Ooh, I always get puppy knees. Prayer hands. Prayer hands, elbows, press knees. Knees squeeze internally towards elbows. We breathe. We observe. Does one leg feel tighter? You're welcome to bring in a little bit of movement. Take a couple more breaths. Full inhales. Not rushing. Full exhales. Nice. Bring the hands down. Bring the knees down. We're going to come into frog. So again, if you have sensitive knees, bring a blanket under your knees. So we're just in squat. This is pretty much squat pose, except for your toes are pointing lateral. Your knees are in line with your hips, and then you can lower to the elbows, sliding your knees open. So obviously it looks like a frog, if you've ever seen a frog in nature or a drawing of a frog. And then invite a little bit of cat into the spine. So we have frog legs, cat spine, serpent breath. Two more breaths. To come out, start to walk your toes towards each other first. Then we press into the hands, and then the knees walk in. They come all the way together to come into a close knee child's pose. So as we come down, the abdomen will touch the quadriceps, the tops of the legs. Breathe and soften. Notice what's happening in the body, what's happening in the mind. Slow to come up towards a seated pose where we started class in a cross-legged pose. See if this feels any easier to you now. Take your chin up to the sky and super slow roll your head to the left. Find this rotation, just allowing a gentle opening so we're not forcing. Come back into reflection. Where do you feel this? Let your breath guide you. Switch directions. Check for new stretch, new opening. Good. 2 more rounds. Just really loving your neck. Sometimes winter brings tension in the neck. As it gets cold, we might squeeze or find ourselves contracting to protect ourselves from the cold. Head comes up. Start to bring the legs forward, straight out, Dandasana. Palms come to the ground outside the hips, and we press through the palms. Fingertips are pointing forward. The hands are in flexion. We really press and lift through the chest, lift through the toes. Just feel this posture. Feel the shoulders rooting down. Maybe you can press more into the hands. Slowly bow forward. Grab for the legs or the feet and invite the exhale to soften your spine. 3 more breaths. Really feel this long lifeline from the heels to the hips, to the back of the skull stretching. Nice. Come up slowly. Bring that right knee into a bend and start to cradle the right leg. See if you can rock it out. Cradle and rock. Bring it to center. Left hand keeps holding the foot. Right hand goes out to the side to support you so we can rock onto that right hip, right ball and socket, and just start to circle. So you're going to feel it right away. Feel that pressure, the body weight in the right, deep 6, and we circle. 2 more. Could be painful, could be a deliciousness. Good. Take it back to center. Place that right foot on top of the left and bring that heel as close to that left hip socket as you can. So this is a prep for lotus. See if you can press your right knee towards the ground. Breathe. If this is too much for you, keep your right foot inside the left thigh. You can also use your right elbow to help press you down. Nice. Come up slow. Extend the right leg. We'll take 1 more forward fold. Reach for the feet. Notice if there's difference in your right and left leg. Coming up, feel that difference. My right leg feels extremely open and long versus the left. So let's make them match. Grabbing that left knee, left foot, and just start to rock the leg. Excuse me. Clearing wind from the body. Rock it out. Breathe into the rocking. Do it gentle and sweet. Good. Right hand holds that foot. Left hand goes to the side to support us. You might even come to the forearm. And then you're just going to rock in any direction. It doesn't have to be beautiful. To feel in to the sensation of that left hip socket. Rock it out. Ooh, it feels so good. Breathe a lot. 2 more. Round robins. Center it out. Left heel stays on top of the right quad. So this alone could be really intense as we're pressing into that right quad with the left knee. If you can go deeper, think of bringing that left heel all the way to the right hip crest, and then with your left hand or elbow, press that left knee to the ground. Just opening those hips and the joints so that we can comfortably sit cross-legged or lotus or just any way on the ground so that we can connect and ground and find our breath without being uncomfortable. Good. Come up slow. Let the left leg extend. Hopefully we feel more equality. Rock left to right. Lift the flesh from the bum. This time arms sweep up with an inhale. Feet become flexed. We open into a back bend. Pause. And then we fold, grabbing. If you have hold of your feet, wrap your fingers around the balls of your feet. So you're pressing your feet into the palms of your hands. If that's not an option, that's okay. Just keep reaching. If that does happen, I invite you to
Point your right toes, bringing extra stretch into the right side. Flex the right foot. Point the left toes. So you're pressing the ball of the foot into the hand to open that left line, that meridian of the left lunar side. Alternate one more each side. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. Come up slow and meet me on your back. You can go slow. You can come right down. I'm coming right down. And feet on the mat, knees to the sky, and go simple right to left. So we're going to do tiny windshield wipers. We're only wiping the middle of the shield. Don't go super big, okay? We're going to go medial. Good. You're just rocking. You're not coming off the sacrum to go all the way right to left. You're literally hitting the right and the left side of the sacrum. Nice. Come to center. Press the feet into the ground. Press the low back into the ground. And bring your arms towards your feet. Rise up. So you got to rock right to left a little to make sure the whole back is aligned. And then just little pulses, reaching the fingers towards the bottom of the mat. Exhale to reach. Come down, bring your arms overhead, palms point up to the sky. Press through the tops of your hands. So you're physically pressing the tops of the hands into the ground. Heels walk all the way close to the bum, hips distance, and start to press your hips up. Finding this extended bridge. So we keep reaching, we keep pressing through the arms, but the arms are overhead versus at the side. Squeeze the knees together. Press through the ball and the internal arches of the feet. Press the hips up. Soften the chin and the throat. Two more breaths. Next time you exhale, come down super slow. The arms will reach to the sky, and then they will land beside you. Feet, soles of the feet come to touch. Knees go open. Heels of the hands press into the hip crease, and we press the legs away from the torso. Couple belly breaths. Let your abdomen fill. Release the press. Take your right leg straight to the ground. Keep your left leg in tree. So we keep it in Baddha Konasana just where it was, but the right leg extends now for a flexion in the foot. Keep the whole back grounded. Take a couple breaths. Feel this. This is tree pose, but lying on the back. Feel how the ribs pull in, head reaches up. And super slow, that left knee comes into the chest. Grab it, pull it in. Guide that knee all the way to the right side. Take a supine twist. Left arm extends so we can really open through that left inner armpit pectoral muscle. And if you always go straight to the side, Play with bringing that left arm up more at a 45-degree angle. Breathe into sensation. Slow to release. Come back to center where the feet connect. Knees are wide for Baddha Konasana. Notice the beautiful sensations in your body. Feeling supported this time of year. Left leg now straightens. Right knee stays open and connect the inner right foot into the inner left thigh. So feel this tree pose. Guide right knee in towards the chest. Hands will grab for it to pull it in. Invite it towards midline. Belly breathing. Right knee now goes all the way to the left for that supine twist. Reach out through the right arm and check in if that extension to the right feels good, but you want to try something different. Reach the arm up overhead or 45 degrees. I feel it way more in my pectoral muscle. Pec minor. Even through the tissue of my right breast. So go into sensation. Where do you feel this? And can you send your breath there? Super slow to unwind. Woo, back to Baddha Konasana, finding alignment in the back. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Slow, relax the legs to extension, coming for Shavasana. Try to feel your body and adjust your body to feel even in Shavasana, right to left, top to bottom. Just relax and follow your breath. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Become as soft and calm as you can so that your body can integrate the messages from the muscles and the tissue. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Guru Deve Name.
Ad Sat, Jugat Sat, Habi Sat, Naniko Sibi Sat. Agre Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurate Ve Name. Ad Sat, Jugat Sat, Habi Sat, Naniko Sibi Sat. Adgurena me, Satgurena me, Sri Guru Te Vename. Ad Sach, Jugat Sach, Habi Sach, Naniko Sibi Sach. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for practicing. You can stay in Shavasana and love on yourself and relax longer, or you can come out and invite beautiful energy into your day. Kisses, besos, namaste. If you'd like to donate for the practice, there's a link. And we still have spots for our winter retreat in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, January 3rd through 5th. Okay, it's right before my birthday, so come celebrate. Namaste.